Hello, hello. Hope I'm going to catch a few of you. I'm just doing a little short stream today. Um, just a little fun, a little brush fun. But if you're watching, feel free to drop me a comment, say hello. I've been really missing my streaming, and I have uh, some tea with honey. And yeah, this is a good test to see if I can talk without coughing, which I'm not passing right now. But we will say, "Hey Deb, glad to see you." Gonna catch catch a few, but I played around with a little couture inspiration yesterday, and I thought it would be fun. I love to try to like if I get inspired by something couture, I love to try to kind of replicate it or, in an easy way and see how easy I could kind of get the vibe. So that's what I was doing today. Um, oh, my audio seems low. Okay, hold on. I hope my thing's plugged in. Let me check that real quick. Okay, I'm gonna flash on my OBS ugly screen here, but let's see. I just updated it. Hello, hello. I feel like it does look like maybe it's a little bit low on the thing. Hello. Okay, testing, testing. Let me just make sure I'm plugged in all the way really quick. Um, okay. Let me know if it sounds any better. I'm going to, yeah, that's kind of weird. The thing looks just a little bit low. I got my little mini mic here, but anyway. All right, hopefully that will go okay. Excuse the, what do you call it? Hopefully that's okay. Yeah. Maybe it's just my voice that's a little bit low. But anyways, so we're just going to have a little brush fun, super chill. So I was inspired by the Balmain show. Oh, okay. You can hear me now. That's so weird. Oh, you know what? Maybe. Okay, this is like, hold on one second. Input audio. Oh, wait. Desktop. Mic. External microphone. Okay. Let me see here. Sound. Oh, output. Sound settings. Okay, let me just check really, really quick. Now that I've updated my Mac OS, I input external microphone. Hello, hello. Input volume. Maybe that's it. Okay. Rhoda, like, yeah, let me know if you can hear me any better. Okay, Deb sounds okay. All right, cool. Okay, I think I got it. Anyway, so yeah, so I feel like my voice is getting better. I'm like I can actually talk. Okay, good, much louder. If it's too loud, tell me. You have to like let me know. Um, so I was inspired by this Belmont, and I thought it would be fun to just try to like replicate it. And I thought it was good for like something abstract. And I always like it. It's just a little bit of a challenge to me when I see a couture look that I want to like think how that I could replicate it and how I could replicate it as easy as possible. So this show is really interesting. It was very like I think it was inspired by, not my tax documents, Lord. Um, Not that. It was inspired by like sustainability. Um, and so they had like all these really interesting items like paper, raffia, kind of like, um, non-traditional materials that was making up this look. And you can really see it here in this first look. I just thought it was really interesting, like scraps of fabric, but how that they made it look really beautiful. I thought that was really interesting. And especially here, as soon as I saw this and I saw like all of the colors coming together here and all that texture, I go, okay, I can make I can make something really quite easy with this to replicate it. And the main brush collection that I used was my Tool Couture. That was really fun, but I did spice it up and put a few different brushes in there, like my marble, uh, even a tulle and lace brush. So I just had a little fun with that. And so I'm just going to kind of break it down how I did that. And we'll just do that really quick and just do a short live stream, something fun, easy, fast, because I didn't know how long also my, what do you call it? My throat will do or whatever. This is like the most I've talked in ages because I've been home. I'm gonna put this up here. I've been home, you know, like pretty sick by myself, and I didn't even realize that I still had a cough until I like talked to people sometimes, like, or leaving a voice note. But oh my gosh, this virus that I got was no joke. And even today, it's like 3 weeks now that I got sick. And I had like a downturn today. It was so crazy. Like I was not feeling good. But I'm going to peel back the layers here and kind of show you what I was doing here. So we've got a little bit of sparkle because I love that some of these like materials here, these very gauzy materials, had a bit of sparkle. So I wanted to play with that. And let's see here, let me pull back this layer. And let's see what we got here. So this layer, I actually played with a feather brush there. This one's mainly like Tool Couture. So I've got all of these. This is actually a marble brush. So I just loved like layering them up and playing with that. And I started kind of with this stripe motif because I noticed that the black part had kind of stripes. So I kind of played with that idea. Although in the end you finally don't really see it so much. Let me see here. Put those all back together. So let us look at what we want to do here. So the first thing that I did is I went through there and made my color palettes, my color blends, which most of you guys are really familiar with. And then if you're not, just check the link down below. But I just here, let's see here, wait. I think probably the first thing though I did do is I always go to my, when I have the image open, I go image, adjust, and I go to hue saturation, and I always just bump up the saturation just at least a little bit because that will make the colors a bit nicer because, you know, it's a photograph, so it's never like quite true to, quite true to form. And so then I just went over here and just highlighted different areas and hit edit, define pattern, and these are going to be our multicolor color blends. So I just went around and found some interesting areas. I sampled like also from mainly the black, but I wanted to get some of that lights and dark so I can make some subtle brush strokes with that. I honed in even sometimes to just some of the like the light areas, the cream, so I could have, you know, just some brush strokes that are just that. And then of course I wanted to, you know, get some of these gorgeous blends because that's the beauty of these brushes is having those, you know, gorgeous color blends coming out. And let's see here. Oh, got some Twitch spam. All right, I'm making it over there. So these are going to be our multicolor color palettes. So let me just pull these down here. I was playing with some other couture looks. Can you move, please? They're not wanting to move. Move, please. There we go. Okay, so these are all the blends that I have, and just this in this case, just sampled directly from the image. So making it easy peasy. And let's just zoom in here. So we've got our little inspo. So crap, where am I? All right, so the first thing that I did was just put it like a not too dark, it's not completely black, but I just sampled, did a color fill from the background of the dark part on her thing because I wanted to have the background be black, like dark, and maybe kind of reference these stripes and then have some little bits that are inspired by that. So I think the first thing that I did was I just took one of my brushwork essential brushes and, I like these that they have a really nice, they've got a really great texture in them, especially if you use like light pressure. So I just kind of played with those. And in fact, to make some stripes, in the end, this is like one of the learning things, you know, but of course, in the end, I didn't actually, you don't actually see much of this, but you know, it was just kind of me experimenting and playing with that idea of that verticalness of the columns, you know, that are kind of in that dress. So I just kind of played with that. In the end, you don't really see it, but that's what I did. And yeah. And so then I thought I kind of still wanted to just play around with as kind of vertical lines. And so what I did was I think I saved, oh, and by the way, I have these brushes. Some of the brushes that I had preloaded, I put them in the instant access folder for members, so you can download the ones just to play with that. So on this one here, it's the fiber, oh gosh, the textile and fiber brushes, and it's number 17. And I'll show you on a different color, multicolor palette. So it's just got these kind of vertical lines. So it's just a little, you know, it's not like perfect or anything, but I just loaded it with one of those, the darker color blends, like the black color blends that I got from here. And I just kind of played around and threw down some brush strokes to just mimic that vertical movement and just kind of play around with that idea. I thought that was like fun for the background. And I don't really even remember if I did them in front or behind of the stripes. Oops. Hello. All right, I'm glad thank you so much for telling me about the volume. That was kind of crazy. Anyway, hopefully everybody else is having a good February and a happy Valentine's Day to all my friends. Doesn't have to just be for lovers. It can be for friends too. So happy, I don't know the Valentine's version of Friendsgiving, but whatever. Pretty similar. So he kind of just was playing with this idea of like having this sort of a vertical kind of, you know, idea for the background. So that's what I did. And I think it kind of has a cool, you know, look or whatever. But the main thing is I wanted to play with this, all these colors and all this gorgeous texture here and kind of like mimic that as easily as possible with the brushes. So let's see which one did I do first? I am curious. So I'm gonna pull back my layers here. I just messed around with this like last night, but it came together pretty well. So this is one of the, and I didn't save all my brushes, but let's just look at some of them. Okay, so there's not really any major formula. It's just layering up these brushes and then putting a little sparkle on top. So let's pop over to not my brushwork. Okay, hide my brushwork. Couture fiber, I only ended up I played around with these a little bit. This is kind of interesting, but I ended up only using like the brush number 17 for the background, and the Tool Couture is probably my biggest one. Oh, thank you, Rhoda. This is the one that I use the most. I think that was quite interesting. So I'm just going to show you some of these strokes. So we've got those nice sort of fun tulle. Oh my God. Hold on, I'm on the same layer. Mess up here. Let's make a new layer. All right. So we've got these nice, fun brushes. Some of them, like, I have different ones. This one's so that all the layers are like close together, and then I'll have like a B version where it's more spaced out, and that can be kind of fun. For 5, I know that I used for sure. That was really fun. I think 6, I think this is probably 6 or 6B, I think, is one of the first ones. And I think that is giving a very good kind of vibe. It's not exactly the same, but it's just more about kind of creating the same mood. And I think I did end up using like 7 or 8, something like that. Let's see here, 9. This one's kind of fun. So you can get all those fun colors coming out and just like having fun layering them up. 9B, 9B was a good one. I think I used that too. Here it's got, it's got some really, I like this one as well. So it's just fun. I love having all those colors coming out, and this would be such a pain in the butt if you're trying to replicate this using just like one color, sort of brushes. I'm curious of which one here this one, this is cool, 7B. I think I skipped the first brush that I did, which I think, although I don't know, I'm always trying to replicate it. I have to embrace the, I don't know, like 6 or 6B. I think 6B is cool. So basically I just started, grab one of my blends, like my color blends, and which one should I do? Maybe this one. Okay, let's zoom in just a bit. And then I'm going to, where's my first one? Okay. So I just kind of started brushing around, and I didn't really have a big game plan for this. I just kind of started, playing, maybe kind of keeping it somewhat even. And then I'm just going to kind of build up some things as I go, and then it'll be kind of cool. So I'll just leave that there, whatever. I'm not going to be worrying too much. And then I'll make a new layer. And then I did play with the Marble 10 brush, one of the new marble brushes. I like that it had like kind of a gauzy, it was a fun brush. Here, let me just kind of show it, demo it a little bit close up. And yeah, just feels like so it's got like the marble, but it's adding some of that, I feel like, so just, kind of the layer and that volume and that depth. I think that brush is kind of cool to add some of this. And then we just keep stacking the strokes and it'll be cool and everything. So I'm curious. Something's wrong with my throat. I'm curious what everybody has been up to for the last couple weeks. It just feels like since I've not been live streaming, it just feels like really weird. So I'm just going to put maybe I'll fill this in a little bit more. Just kind of playing around. So just, having fun with it. Maybe I'd like left just a little bit of whatever. Anyway, this is abstract, so that's, can't say there's anything wrong with it. But yeah, can't wait to hear what everybody's been doing, what's been going on. Hopefully the weather's not been crazy. Here it's been more sunny, which is great, because for a while there was like 2-3 weeks that were not a bit of sun, and that was not fun. And then let's see I don't know what brush this is. This is one of the Tool Couture, I believe it's brush number 5. Yeah, it's definitely number 5. So this one has like a nice strong sort of look. I like, this is definitely the vibe of this. That looks great. Just that the tool, the wildness of it, the kind of the splattering coming off of how I have that brush to have those, kind of like the dirty edges kind of coming off. That's really cool. And I keep alternating between just like, what do you call it? Wanting to zoom out for just kind of getting the flow of the sort of pattern or whatever background, just kind of making sure that I'm kind of spacing things out a bit. And then also wanting to zoom in to see all those beautiful, um, all the beautiful details and stuff of that. And you know, you could, even if it's like a little bit strong, I could play with the opacity a little bit. Hey Salim, super happy to see you there. Always glad to hear from everybody. Okay, I'm just checking my little comments from my other things. I try to hide it down here, but I've just got some spam, so nothing much. And let's make another layer. I have to go back to the doctor. I think it's just been so long. I'm just really tired of it. So this one is 7B from the Tool Couture collection. And this one, let me make a, I have like a scrap file somewhere in here. I don't think so. File new. Let me just make a little scrap layer, new fill layer, solid color. Okay. Just so I could show the brush strokes and kind of give it a little preview. So this one is a bit dark, and this one's kind of encapsulated in, I've got like a dual brush going on, so the brush strokes are a bit encapsulated inside the thing, but that was just fun. So I just like spicing it up and trying different brushes and everything. So, so then, you know, kind of also like maybe some of this is a little bit bright, so kind of just like hiding some of it. So it's super, super abstract, whatever. Okay. I'm like just hiding, but we're getting the vibe, although I like kind of the flow that happened here, but maybe I'm just in the middle of it, so it'll be better anyway. Let's see what else. I need to check. Okay. All right, so let's make a new layer. And what else did we do? I forgot to save my brush, but I did use one of my feather brushes, and I believe it was this brush 20, which I think is really nice because it's got this feathery thing, but it's kind of encapsulated in a tool. And I think I'll save this probably to my thing. If I can find my feathers. Feather, let's see here, 20, I think that's it. Okay. Also, if any of my friends are new here, I just put out, well, while I got sick, actually, I put out a new bundle of 60 of my color blending brushes. So be sure to go to my site and check that out. This I like a lot. This is also we've got those gorgeous tulle textures in here. So that's like a lot of fun. Maybe I'm going to get a bit darker one. That's nice. Okay, so I just played with that anyway. We're not gonna stress too much. So it's in there someplace anyway. And then what else did I do? 7B. I already played with that. Oh, and so then I wanted to, I guess we're almost at the end. Oh, and I did add some of these little strokes. I'll have to do those in a second. So I wanted to add some of the little sparkly, because some of this tulle in here has this nice shimmer. So I kind of wanted to capture some of that on these, like, see how it's shimmery? So of course I thought about my Creative Couture collection, and I keep my Layer Styles collection. So I keep just a few of them, and I think I just use one of the ones that I keep default in my, yeah, it's like Rich Glitter One Color. So it's a glitter overlay. And so we can paint in one color, and then it will just give shimmer to whatever color we're painting in. And yeah, okay, so I did, let's see here, that was it. Okay, so what I was doing then is I'll go ahead and add the Rich Glitter One to my layer before I start painting. And I actually grabbed the regular one color Tool and Lace brush 5, which I will show you here. It's just like a one color brush, but there's, I like how it kind of has a little bit of oh, and it's also pressure sensitive. So if I do like a light, it just has just a little bit, and you've got the transparency and stuff, and then you can push down and have it be totally opaque. But I like that it's got those like edges and stuff, so I thought that would be a fun brush. So what I did was I just kind of played with that and used light pressure, and then we're getting like some of those little fun like that shimmer, and I think that really adds a nice little touch. So it was all right. I think it's kind of fun. So we're getting the vibe, although this one is much more filled in and you don't really get the black things. But what I'm going to do is bring back some of that black from her dress into this. So I'm going to go under this sparkly layer, and I'll make a new layer on top. And then this is what I almost forgot. So I took one of my little brushes and modified it a little bit to have, this was a brush, this is from my Rosé color palette collection, but I just happened to have a little glitter brush in it that I saw, and so I thought I would just use that to add a little bit extra of sparkly and stuff, and I just modified the brush a little bit because I just changed the spacing out. So I just wanted to have a little bit of these sparkles to add in there. So just on the same layer, or I could even duplicate that layer and then just draw in some little sparklies here around where the layer is. Just add some of those like glitter. I just thought it was fun. It's giving the vibe and adding just a little bit of touch of sparkle like we have here. So that's kind of fun. And then I'm going to go back and which one did I do? Okay. Let's see here. So this is my Tool Couture. So I thought at the end, because I wanted to kind of bring in some of that black background, I would use either my brush 11 or my brush 12. I forget. I think maybe I used 11. These kind of vertical, this is actually like a, rather than a directional brush, it's just a vertical one. So I grabbed the multicolor brush from there. And did I save it on here? I don't think so. Let's go to my Tool Couture, and I'll link these after the later. Not Couture Fiber, Tool Couture. It was like, yeah. Oh no, was it? Oh yeah, I guess it was 11 or 12. Okay. So let's just see these in action. Let's cut this. This is kind of this vertical sort of thing, but that's in one color. So we're going to do let's find them, 11, but I just want to grab one of the darker color palettes like this that I had just made. So I'm going to do something like this. So this has just got a little bit of that dark brown, black sort of in from here. So then I could just like go back to there's that one. There's this one, always looks different. I could maybe add some more like black, or that's kind of, I'll get like the darker one. That's a little bit brownish. So I could kind of bring in some more of those that kind of vertical vibe from here. I could even put it above there if I wanted to, just to kind of, like play off that sort of thing, but whatever. It's abstract. Here's the one that I did before. I think maybe it was kind of a little more successful because I had some, spaces here where you could kind of see that vertical, like an idea of that vertical and just kind of the vibe, whatever. But here's the one I made, and but it captures that texture, that messiness, that craziness of all down here. I thought that was really fun. And then, you could put, you could like put a square in it and make a quote graphic or something like that. Or, even, even like just use it as a background or what have you. But I love doing things that like that. Really, I need to take these and make them into like some Adobe Express templates. And I also have my OBS. Why is this little thing? I hope it's not paused. Hopefully I'm still, oops. Oh. Okay, I am still alive. I just got like paranoid because my OBS thing, I thought I had a little pause on it. And then I'm like, okay, I was not just sitting here and talking to myself for this whole time, especially with my throat and everything. But yeah, so there we can have like a background inspired by Balmain, much less price. So that's kind of fun. But what else? Yeah, so hopefully I will continue to improve. I'm going to try to jump on tomorrow, do something fun and easy. And yeah, stay safe out there. And I wish, honestly, I didn't realize that there was an epidemic, but I saw like on the news site that there was an epidemic here in Plovdiv where I am. And then right when they said that there was an epidemic is when I got sick, like right after that. But I didn't see the news article or whatever until. But it's like a upper respiratory thing. But the the doctor insisted. She's like, you have to take antibiotics because you're not getting better and you're not going to get better. I'm like, oh my gosh, if this was like the olden days, maybe I would just die from this. I don't know. But totally crazy. So I'm going to bounce off. Thanks so much for everybody who got to tune in. And then I'm going to put the demo files and the brushes there. They will be, what do you call it? Attached after this finishes processing or whatever it's called. So thank you so much. And thank you for your comments, Rhoda and Salim. It was great to see you guys, and also Deb. So I like jumping on here, and I like doing the things live and kind of filling that community. So hopefully I'll catch some more tomorrow, and I'll try to do it a little bit later. But happy Valentine's to everybody, and have a great rest of your day. And I will see you guys tomorrow, and I'll put the time on my website, probably. Maybe we'll put it for like around 1 o'clock tomorrow. 1 o'clock Eastern, which will be like 8 o'clock my time. So thanks so much, and I'll see you guys tomorrow.